1 second. I am live, but nobody is in here because it's a private live. Let me just adjust that. Okay. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Teens, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx. Here to take care of all the signs. I am, for Halloween, I am whoever you want me to be, whoever I look like. I could be Ariana Grande. I could be Beyonce. I could be Nicki Minaj. Sierra. Doesn't really matter. I'm all of the above, okay? So thank you guys for tuning in to the full moon, Taurus full moon. We have a very rare blue moon, which is tomorrow, Halloween. And I wrote down some notes here. If you see me looking down, I am looking at my iPad, okay? So this is what's going to be the guide for me to interact with you all. Okay, my phone is on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about what you need to know. Look at your sun and rising signs, because this is going to be mostly the astrology perspective. And then I'm going to go through and tell you all what you need to release for the moon. All right, and one cool thing is that this is the first time in 76 years that this blue moon has been on Halloween. Very, very rare. All right, and it is conjunct Uranus, or Uranus, however you pronounce it, which is the planet of shock and upheaval and revelation and rebellion, okay? Ruler of Aquarius. So if you're a fixed sign, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, you could be feeling the effects of this moon very, very heavily, all right? So what we're gonna do, hold on, let me get my other deck over here, my surrender deck. Okay, so I have all my cards laid out, all right? And so we're gonna get started, all right? So jumping right into this, we're going to start Aries all the way to Pisces. And from an astrological perspective, how this moon might have already been affecting you. You might already start to feel this, and what else you can expect maybe up to the rest of the year, or 2 weeks from now, but as far as can go as far as the rest of the year. Okay, so if you're an Aries sun or rising, this is how the moon is going to affect you, okay? The full moon in Taurus is going to be hitting your second house. Your second house is a Taurus house, naturally, natally. So the second house is all about values, money, self-esteem. And so you could find that you have a random situation that comes up with money. Maybe you have to pay somebody back, or you could randomly be getting some money. It could go either way, okay? So just expect some changes in your values, or some changes in money, or security, things that you find comfort in, or maybe there's some type of shakeup when it comes to your self-esteem, meant to wake you up and really help you to know and be more appreciative of your values and things that you have, okay? So yeah, you can expect a surprise in money. It could even be debt taken care of, or you should use this time to make sure you don't have any debts that you need to settle, and you pay people back, all right? So that's the main thing for Aries. If you have an Aries sun or an Aries rising, expect changes, or some type of situation. When you think of the planet of Uranus, it's not always bad or good, but it is a change that can be uncomfortable, okay? Or something very sudden. So don't look at it as, oh my God, like I'm going to lose money, or, something necessarily bad. It doesn't have to be bad, but it is change. And if you're not a fan of change, which most people aren't, then yeah, maybe you could look at it more negatively. But looking at things in regards to your values and your monies and your self-worth are going to shift from this full moon. Okay, and Aries, one thing you need to surrender, okay, release on this full moon. You have surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationship. So under this full moon, you should release your need to always be right and to always prove your point. Okay, it's not going to benefit you any longer if you're always trying to just prove your point. It is going to damage your relationships if you're not willing to compromise or hear other people out. All right, so that's what we got for Aries. Moving right along to Taurus. Taurus, this full moon is going to be hitting your first house. If you're a Taurus sun or a Taurus rising, all right, the first house is all about your identity. It can be about your physical body. So there are going to be some types of changes in regards to yourself. So these changes started back on when we had a Taurus full moon in, I can't remember if it was April or May, but it was during Taurus season up until now. So a lot of cycles. Just remember, cycles are closing out for everybody. All right. but you're going to be releasing and changing things around your identity. All right, so if you had an identity crisis this year, or you were confused about yourself and your identity, your physical body, making those physical changes, maybe even some changes around health, okay, or habits that you had, you're going to be releasing those things and releasing confusion and really understanding yourself better and who you are as a person and what you need. And excuse me, I don't know why, like when I start doing these messages, I think that's like my throat chakra opening. Oh yeah, and Taurus rules over the throat chakra. Okay, so a lot of you might be feeling like, if you feel like you have a sore throat or you have blockages around your throat, pain, anything like that, I feel like it's you needing to open up and work with your throat chakra. And the throat chakra color is blue. Okay, so wearing more blue, eating more blue foods like blueberries, yeah, and stuff like that will help you. And so you could feel either or. You could feel pretty tense because it is hitting you in your first house, so you might feel more self-conscious at this time when you're trying to release those issues around who you are as a person and understanding yourself better. Or you could feel pretty grounded because Taurus is exalted in the moon placement, okay, which means it performs better than normal. So the only thing is that causes the most tension is because it is conjunct Uranus, which is in Taurus right now. So that is going to be kind of, uncomfortable for everyone. All right. So that's the thing with you, Taurus. It's really going to be things surrounding your identity and your self-worth. Similar to Aries with the self-worth, but more so your identity and who you are, and releasing the baggage and those burdens. And your physical body, you might feel more tired in your physical body. So just get rest as you need it. And I'm sorry if I'm talking kind of fast. These messages come in so quickly and I just got to say it. Okay. So, and hopefully my Wi-Fi is good. I hope it's not lagging or anything. Sorry if there is a lag at all. All right. But yeah, okay. So Taurus, your advice for this full moon is to surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of results. Holding on too tightly can sabotage a desired outcome. All right. So you don't want to hold on too tightly to the things that you wish for, and you want to really use the time to let go of your attachment to anything that you're holding on too tightly. You're trying to figure it all out for yourself. You just need to let go. All right. Full moons are all about releasing, surrendering, and letting go. Okay. Moving right along to Gemini. Gemini is going to be a very spiritual time for you. Okay, lots and lots of cycles ending for you, Gemini. This full moon is hitting your 12th house. Okay, 12th house is the Pisces house, the house of spirituality and karma and endings. So you could also, it's the house of hidden enemies. So you could suddenly find out that someone you're close with or somebody that you trusted is actually jealous, or a fraud, fake, something revealed to you in regards to your spirituality, or changes in your spirituality. A lot of you are hitting a peak right now spiritually, or maybe somebody triggers like a spiritual awakening in you or something. All right. Lots of closure. So you could hear from somebody randomly from your past, or things coming to completion here. Spiritual blockages are also being cleared up. You might find that you feel more wanting to be isolated, or if you were in hermit mode, you're wanting to come out, or if you're not, you want to go in, either or. But you're freeing yourself. A lot of karmic endings. So if you find that things are ending in your life very suddenly, Gemini, sun or rising, this is happening for a reason. It's meant so you can like move further on your spiritual path. All right. Once you learn the lesson from somebody, it's time for them to go. And so usually we hold on longer than we're supposed to, and we don't even realize when the person's just supposed to leave our lives. Okay. So like I said, a lot of karmic endings, and the planet of Uranus removing anything that is not in alignment with your higher self. All right. You might have some flare-ups with health as well. It's a potential possibility, because sometimes the 12th house can rule over health conditions as well, but it is temporary for many of you, and it'll pass. Okay, but Gemini, just expect very spiritual time for you, where you're getting a lot of closure and you're going to feel more complete when it comes to your spirituality. Or you could suddenly have some type of ending, karmic ending, that triggers you to dive deeper into your spirituality and your spiritual path, okay? And then you have, for what you need to release, surrender to creativity. I like it. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. So you guys are meant to surrender to more creativity and dive deeper into your spirituality and get creative in it, okay? So that could mean you studying. Y'all like to learn. Usually y'all like to read. So do things that are creative for you to help you understand yourself better and help you understand more about yourself. All right, creativity. Creativity. All right, creatively. All right, next we got Cancer. Cancer placements. Cancer, sun, and rising. The Taurus full moon is hitting your 11th house. Okay, your 11th house of friendships, your inner circle, social media, and goals and wishes. So you can expect some type of sudden change in your friend group for many of you, or your inner circle. And so it could be an interruption there, or something suddenly shifts in a dynamic in your friendships for better or for worse. All right. So, and you're going to be releasing blockages in regards to anything with like you putting out content on social media potentially. All right, and for many of you, you're likely to also complete some type of long-term goal now, or you're having some changes or changes in your desires or your hopes, your wishes for the future. 11th house is the Aquarian house. So you could get some unexpected news from a friend or from a sibling or something like that. But just remember, Cancer, this is going to be really affecting you and your inner circle and your friendships, okay? Don't be surprised if you lose a friend. All right, just saying, because it is affecting you there. And be careful about what you're posting on social media at this time as well, because it might not be received the best. So yeah, be careful about that, Cancer placements. All right, what you need to release, surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. So listen to your body at this time. Listen to what it needs. And you can also know what you're supposed to do in a situation by how you feel. Like it says here, if you feel just bad and disgusted and all this stuff, you don't want to move forward in something. Okay, you want to step back. Or if your energy feels weird around certain people, that's the ones you need to watch, okay? Or just remove yourself from. Okay? Next, we got Leo. Changes for Leo. So you guys can expect changes in the 10th house. The Taurus full moon is hitting your 10th house, which is your long-term career, okay, and your public image. And so for many of you, you can experience changes around your career path, whether it's self-inflicted changes, like you decide to leave a job finally, or a job has run its course, or you get promoted, some type of change in regards to your image, maybe something with school, anything like that. A shift is happening in your reputation from this Taurus full moon. But yeah, expect sudden news in your career, career blockages coming to the surface so they can be released, and or releasing this career path altogether and having like a totally different shift. You could just move very suddenly to a different state, something in regards to your reputation and the way that you perceived your long-term life has shifted. Okay, something about your long-term goals, your long-term career. All right, so that's for Leo in the 10th house. And then you have surrender your fear of intimacy. Ooh, okay. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. All right, Leo. So you're meant to release under this full moon your fears of intimacy, closeness, getting vulnerable with people, getting to know new people. If you push people away, anything that you have that is surrounding intimacy, if this is past issues that you have building up, it's time to release those blockages. All right, and I'm going to talk a little bit more at the end about some full moon stuff for releasing. All right, next we got Virgo, me. All right, Virgo, sun and rising, the full moon is hitting your 9th house. All right, that's the Sagittarian house. So the house of spiritual, well, it kind of is a spiritual house, but it's more so philosophy house, education, So it could, but you could experience some type of changes in regards to education, or you finish up some type of workload, or you realize that there's something that you need to complete, some type of unfinished business that comes up in regards to school or in regards to travel. Okay, Sagittarius does rule over long distance travel. So if you are traveling long distance, you could expect maybe some interruptions with that, potentially, as we are still in Mercury retrograde as well. You could also be finishing up legal matters or anything surrounding like paperwork. But yeah, so mostly things around your philosophies, your education, your beliefs, and around traveling are changes there. All right. So, you know, nothing too fancy for that house, pretty much, Virgo. Hopefully, it seems like maybe you guys might have the most lax full moon in Taurus for the most part. You can just expect some changes when it comes to long-term travel. Could be a little bit crazy. All right, and what you're meant to release: surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical and emotional and spiritual healing. So it's time to really dive deep into your healing, Virgos. If you need to really heal those wounds or cater to yourself, or there's something that you're still healing from and you feel triggered, just allow this healing process to overtake you and just surrender to it completely. All right, you got Libra next. Libra, sun and rising in the 8th house. All right, so you guys might experience a pretty intense Taurus full moon as well. All right, the 8th house of transformation. So you might find that you're coming to a completion with a transformation process and understanding who you are, similar to Taurus energy, Taurus rising and sun. A lot of you could feel like you're getting really in touch with releasing intimacy blockages, clearing out that sacral chakra energy there is what I'm feeling. And this is a time where y'all are going to dive into your shadow work. All right, so your shadow selves are coming to light so that you can really understand yourself better and what you need to release in order for you to be better for yourself. All right, a lot of intimacy blockages showing up, similar to what Leo had, of course. But you can also experience finalizing payments or money being returned back to you, because the 8th house is the Scorpio house, and the 8th house also deals with other people's money. So if people owe you money, you might find you're getting that money back now. And so, or you could get some type of random money, random payment, or you have a sudden shift in your sexuality even for some of you. All right, or you know, something in regards to sexuality. So just remember that, and intimacy. All right, so Libra, you got surrender to inner peace. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So you're gonna have to work with that peace. All right, really trying to find the peace within you, especially if it's like a lot of shadow work that has come up or has been triggered in you randomly, suddenly, or things surrounding your sexuality that are very, maybe you were aware but you're becoming more aware. All right, you gotta try to ground yourself. All right, find peace in that and understanding that it won't be so stressful forever. All right, it won't be so shocking forever. All right, Scorpio, sun and rising. If you're a Scorpio sun or rising, it's going to be hitting your 7th house. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's hitting my 7th house. I'm a Scorpio rising. Your 7th house is your house of partnerships and committed relationships and of all kinds, okay? Long-term partnerships, marriages, contracts. So you could find a sudden shift in a partnership. It's either you separate finally, or you get closer, you commit, you get married, engaged. It can go either way. So expect the unexpected in partnerships. Partnerships are very likely to be affected at this time very suddenly if you have a Scorpio sun or a Scorpio rising, okay? Surprises in regards to commitment, or really finding out something shocking about your partner, or something shocking about, you know, a relationship, a business partnership, something like that, or some type of contract that you were in. All right, something very suddenly happening there, but you can expect that change in regards to partnerships mostly, okay? Scorpio, whew, all right. And then you have surrender, low self-esteem for what you need to release. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. So it could be that this partnership change ordeal your reading this month was a lot about partnerships as well. So that's no surprise that that's coming up here, of course, astrologically speaking. But it's time to get out of any low self-esteem that you have in regards to partnership, especially if you're beating yourself up about a partnership that's failed. Working through any self-esteem issues to help you be better for the next one, or just be better for yourself, okay? And now you have Sagittarius. So Sagittarius in the 6th house. All right, so you could expect some type of change or shift in regards to routines, something that makes you have to kind of shift your routine very suddenly. This is the Virgo house, 6th house. Oh, and then the Scorpio house was the Libra house. But yeah, so Sagittarius, sun and rising, you might, like I said, have to change your routine up in some way very suddenly that you didn't expect, or you find that you're gonna start to complete work or complete projects now and things are coming full circle, or releasing any routines that don't work for you anymore. And this house also is the house of health. So you, like Gemini, and both of y'all kind of have like, because theirs is the physical body, so you might also be experiencing some type of health challenges or setbacks or physical challenges. So if you feel tired, rest. All right? I think I was kind of telling y'all that in y'all's reading too, but it's time to rest. If you guys, like, you know, your routine that you're doing now is just too much for you, too strenuous, you are going to be forced to rest, or be forced to look at your routine and see what you need to change about it. All right? So now, Sagittarius, you got surrender to divine timing for what you need to surrender under this full moon. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. All right, so divine timing is at play in your life. I was going to say Virgo. Where'd that come from? Sagittarius. So just go with the flow as much as you can and trust that you're going to see what you need to see in divine timing. Everything's going to make more sense soon enough. All right, you got Capricorn in the 5th house. All right. So first and foremost, warning, potential pregnancy warning. You could experience something with changes in pregnancy, changes in children life, because the 5th house is the Leo house and house of children. So you could experience something shocking in regards to a child, in regards to your own children if you have children, or your inner child, a wake-up call to your inner child that needs your attention. For many of you, you could even experience sudden news about romantic partnerships, because the Leo house is also about romance. So just like Scorpio had, you and Scorpio are likely to find out something shocking about a partner, or somebody that you were romantic with or dealing with in some way, sexually, whatever. And you're going to have to figure out how you're going to navigate with this connection moving forward. Okay. For many of you, you're going to be releasing inner child blockages so that you can be more open and more creative and move forward. But yeah, do expect things in regards to children, mainly in regards to your inner child or your romantic affairs. All right. And your creativity, a shift in creativity or inspiration. So you got surrender the drama again, Capricorn, again. All right, so you had this in your last reading last month, so there's still drama afoot. All right, no matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. So whatever you do, don't get caught up in that chaos. All right, this Mercury retrograde was hitting your 11th house. All right, so you could still have some issues with your friendships, like Cancer is having right now, especially if you have Cancer placements. Watch out for that drama. All right, and then you got Aquarii. It's hitting your 4th house, which is the Cancer house. houses, houses, there's going to be changes, yeah, in your house, most likely, or in your family dynamic. Expect something unexpected when it comes to your family situation or your living situation. You could have a change in regards to your parents or your siblings or a family member that's close to you, or something in regards to your hometown, something that's close to you, okay, that resonates with you at a soul level, like that takes you back to your roots, your childhood, and things like that. All right. You could even be leaving home very suddenly, or moving out, or you find like you get kicked out. I'm just saying, like, that's a potential here with Uranus. You don't know, like, you just don't know if it's something that you need to do, or suddenly adjust quickly to. That's like that energy of Uranus. All right. But do mostly think about family dynamics, changes in the family, you know, somebody suddenly coming out the closet, or you coming out, something like that, that can change the family dynamic, or, you know, a death that changes the family dynamic. It can be anything, okay? It can be something good, like you suddenly get money, anything, or somebody gets pregnant, something changes in the family, the home life. All right, and then what you meant to surrender to trust. Trust yourself in your decision. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you've chosen the right path. So this is a time where you need to really trust yourself and your own decisions. If you're really battling on deciding something and you're very stuck and you want to go and ask a whole bunch of people, you're not going to find the answer that you're looking for outside. You're going to find it right here in your throat chakra. Okay, so trust yourself in whatever decision you're about to make. Especially if you're thinking about leaving home. Now, lastly, Pisces. Pisces in the third house, the Gemini house, which is the house of communications. So you're going to be releasing, or you could have some sudden shocking communication that comes in. Don't be surprised if you have a sudden something that comes in communication wise. Or you're releasing habits around unhealthy communication or communication blockages if you felt stuck or in speaking your truth. All right. Also be careful about short distance travel. You might have like a trip cut short, or something that's disrupted in your short distance traveling stuff. Also, this is a house of studying, so you could be closing a course like Virgo has, like finishing studying something, or something comes to a closure. Or you could like cut communication with somebody at this time, so it can be very abrupt cutoff or very abrupt reconciliation with communication. But yeah, expect some disruptions with communications and with travel plans, most likely for you, Pisces. And then you have surrender to your intuition for what you need to release. Time, nope. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So your intuition is going to be going off when it comes to your communication and things in regards to communication. So sudden changes in that, or you're likely to hear from somebody very abruptly that you haven't spoken to, or some type of shift in the dialect. Or it could be the opposite. You get completely cut off, or you decide to cut somebody off completely. All right. So that's all that I have for you guys when it comes to the astrology and what you can expect tomorrow. And even you probably already started expecting this, or this already started happening. And even after the full moon. So for those of you that are on my Patreon, I do have a full moon releasing ritual. I'm going to teach you guys step by step how I do my rituals and what you can do for yourself. So if you're a patron, I would recommend waiting until November 1st to sign up, because it does charge you upon signing up, and then it charges you on the 1st of the month. So if you don't want to be double charged, do not sign up on October 31st. That is a disclaimer, okay? It'll be up. You can still do rituals, up to 3 days after, or even a week after the full moon. It doesn't really matter. All right, so please support my Patreon if you want to learn how to do a full moon ritual and how to use it to your advantage and get those negative vibes away, release everything you need to, etc. Sign up on November 1st for my Patreon. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. Can't wait for you to see this. That's it. I'm gonna upload the rest of the YouTube videos as soon as I can. I am at By Bronx on everything.